Welcome to MrCross.org again. We're going to continue with part 4 of our Google Apps series, and we're going to be working with Google Documents, and this is a continuation of part 3. So if you're lost, go back and watch part 3. But we have a document here, and we're currently working through the Insert menu tab, and we've got all the way to footnote, and we're going to go into special characters, horizontal line, page break, header, footer, bookmark, and table of contents. So we're going to kind of cover some of those things. First things first, special characters. I'm going to go down to the bottom after our drawing that we imported from the last one, and I'm going to go ahead and insert special characters. Now, special characters are basically a set of symbols that the software program has that allow you to make things like copyright symbols, arrows, superscript, subscript. You can see there's geometric shapes. There's all kinds of things that are not on your keyboard. So these are going to be commands that are not available on your keyboard. So for instance, I'm going to click the copyright symbol and I'm going to click OK. Oh, that's not the copyright symbol, but it's another symbol. And you're going to see that it actually imported that symbol. So that's insert special characters. And you'll just have to go through there and look at all the different characters there are. There's hundreds of them. Pretty easy to do. You just insert. There's also another input command that you can do. You can copy paste a few different things. Play around with that. It's pretty easy. Insert. Let's look at horizontal line. This is actually kind of a web type thing, and I'm going to just put a enter key there in between those two, or in between the paragraphs there, and I'm going to do the insert horizontal line, and it does just what it says. It puts a line straight across your page, so it's good for dividing up content. Probably not something that's going to be good for an APA or an MLA paper because it's not going to meet the guidelines, but it's great for putting horizontal lines in places where you might want to separate something. And that's insert horizontal line. Pretty easy. Page break for printing. Let's say that you want to end a page right after that paragraph right there. Well, you would do insert and you would say page break, and it puts a double dotted line there, and that means that this will print on a separate page. So now when we go to File and we go to Print Preview, give it a second here to load, you'll see that the actual paper is now divided into pages differently than it would have maybe done it on its own. So here we go, we've got our first paragraph, there's our horizontal line, and it started a new page even though all of this is left and we could have put more information in there. And then it starts with the next page here. So that was just really easy to do. Insert page break is what that one was. Let's go ahead and do a header. So we're going to go ahead, I'm just going to click somewhere here on this paper. I'm going to say insert header, and it lets me insert stuff in the top of the page. So if I were to say write justify, I could put in my name maybe. I could put any kind of information. This is going to be something that you're going to have to do for APA and MLA styles, and I'm going to have a whole video on just creating an APA style paper or an MLA style paper and setting up a template for that. So there's a separate video on that you can actually look at. But basically the header, when we do the file and we go to the print preview, is going to have that header right up at the top there, and you'll see it's on every page. So it's a great way to put some information that you maybe are required to for your classes and put it up in the top and have it apply it to every single page. Alright, let's go ahead and close out preview. And let's talk about the next command, insert footer. As you would expect, it's the opposite of inserting the header. Pretty easy. We've got our footer here. I'm going to just put my name in there again. You would be putting in different information maybe. And I'm going to just do my file print preview just to see what this looks like when it's all said and done. And you'll see there I got my header, there I've got my footer. There's my header, and there's my footer. Now the footnotes are always going to be above the footer. So the footer is actually going to be below the footnote or any of your information at the top of your page. The header will be above that, and it kind of goes into the margin a little bit. And that's okay because that's what it's supposed to do. Alright, let's look at insert bookmark. This is kind of a cool feature. Let's say that I wanted to create a bookmark, and to do this I'm going to actually highlight a piece of text. So I'm highlighting the word Liger in this case, and I'm going to say insert bookmark, and all it does is puts a little tiny bookmark looking little blue flag, I guess it is, and I can bookmark something else, like I'll bookmark the word naturally, and I'm going to hit insert bookmark. Now what this is doing is this is actually putting a mark and saying that there's something important here, and then later on what you can do, and I'm going to go down to the document a little way, and I'm going to do a command that we learned last time, which is insert link. And when I insert the link, one of my options was bookmark. And when I click on bookmark, I have two different bookmarks now that I can select from because I bookmarked two different things. And if I click that bookmark and say OK, I've created a link that essentially takes me back up to this page. Really handy for large documents. So if you have something big and maybe you have it divided into chapters or something like that, you can bookmark those, create links that'll actually allow you to just click on them and go right through them. So if I click here and I click there, it's just popping me right up to the paragraph where it does that. So in a 50-page paper, maybe I have a few bookmarks at the beginning and I click them and it takes me right to that stage of the book. Very, very handy. You might find some good uses for that. We're going to talk about the last one, which is going to be insert table of contents. And this is really kind of what it sounds like. We're going to insert a directory of all the different contents within our document. And when we say insert table of contents, it's going to give us this fancy little thing that says add headings, and it's going to say format paragraph styles, and this is what it's basically telling you what to do. It's telling you to go to format paragraph styles for anything that you would like to be a heading, and then this is going to determine the structure of our table of contents. So let me make more sense of this. I'm going to type the word Liger in, and then I'm going to highlight it, and then I'm going to go to format paragraph styles, and I'm going to tell it that it's a heading 1. Now that it knows it's heading 1, if I click back into my table of contents and I click update, it is going to put Liger down as one of my options, and it did that by just knowing that Liger was a heading. Now if I want to go on and I want to type, or maybe make this a second heading, so I'm going to take this first sentence here and I'm going to go to format paragraph styles, and I'm going to say heading 2, and then I'm going to click back on here and I'm going to say update now. You'll see that it says Liger is heading 1, so it's the top thing. Liger, the actual sentence, is heading 2, and it would be under that. So this is the structure. So heading 1 is the largest, that would be the most top topic. Then it goes the subtopic, and then it just keeps going all the way down to heading 6, so you could have it 6 levels deep. Normal text will not update in the table of contents. So just keep that in mind. That's how you make a table of contents. It does turn it into a link, so when you click on it, it gives you the option of just clicking and it'll take you right to the page. Again, awesome for a large document. If you have a 15-page paper, you would do this so that you can scroll real quickly to different parts of your paper without having any problems. Well, thank you once again for visiting MrCross.org. Be sure to check out all the training videos and all the different subjects, and I thank you for coming.